Hey, this is Aaron with SimpleTix. In this video, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. So with our Box Office app, when you admit somebody, basically you can just swipe them in just like that. Or if you scan their ticket, that would also admit them. But it would be pretty cool if, as you scan people, you could pretty much be looking at your laptop and see who's been checked in. So that way, if you want to be socially distant, where over here people are scanning themselves in, and then over here you're on a laptop and you can see their names appear in a list, that would be pretty nice. So in this video today, I'm going to show you how to do it. So the very first step is you'll need a Zapier account. You'll probably want like a premium or a middle tier account. I don't think the free account's going to work. Actually, the free account won't work because the new feature we need is called webhooks, and Zapier no longer offers it on the free plan. So yeah, you'll need a Zapier account, a paid account. But let's dive in. So the first thing I've done is I've logged into Google Sheets and I created a spreadsheet. And the columns I used were code, participant first name, participant last name, section title, and message. Now, you don't have to use the exact same spelling and syntax, but as long as it says like code, first name, last name, section, message, you're good to go. But you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 columns. All right, that's step 1. Now the next step is to log in to Zapier and create a new Zap. And for the Zap trigger point, call it webhook. You'll see webhook in the list there. And the option is catch webhook. And then click continue. And then they'll give you a URL. Copy that somewhere where you can get it, like email it to yourself or text it to yourself or WhatsApp it to yourself. However, you can get this on your screen onto your iPad. That way you can paste it in. So do that. And once you have that in on your iPad, go over to settings, and in your iPad you'll have an area called webhook, and paste that into webhook. I have a tool called Push Bullet, and it's a way I can copy stuff from my desktop onto my iPad, like images and text. It works for me, but if you can text it to yourself or email it to yourself, that's a-okay. But paste it into webhook there. All right, and after you do that, you'll click Find Data. And as soon as you admit somebody, you'll see some test data, and like that's an example of one right there. Then click Continue. All right, so that's the first part of the webhook. Getting that URL into your iPad and doing a test. Now here's the next part. I'll click Google Sheets, and I will click the option to create a new row in a Google Sheet. I'll click Continue, and I've already paired my Zapier with my Google Sheet, so I'll click here, and I'll click my my Google account that I've done that with, and now I'll choose, I think it's your default drive. That's new. And I will go with daily scans real time. So this is for my demo. There's only one worksheet number 1, and code. All right, so these are the columns that I made in my worksheet. So like I said, you don't have to use the exact same columns, but use something sort of similar. So for example, code, in our webhook, I will go with code. There it is. And then for webhook, I will choose first name. And then for participant last name, section title, here's section title, and then message would be over here, this one right here. It has a little bit more details. Awesome, I'll click continue. And I'll click test and continue. I'll click done, perfect. And now I'll turn this webhook on, which is right here. So here's my Zap in Zapier. I'm gonna go over to history, and it should be blank because I haven't ran it yet. So what I'm gonna do right now is on my iPad, here's my event, I'm gonna admit somebody. So I can either scan them or I could just swipe them in. So there's Christine, I just swiped her in just now. Now if I go over here, I can see Christine. So Mark, that was the test that I made when I was setting up the Zapier Zap, but I can see Christine right here automatically. So I didn't put her in at all here. And now let me, I'll admit somebody for a completely different event right now. All right, so I'm gonna pick up someone that's from a totally different time slot and admit them. And let's actually grab 2. Boom and boom. And instantly, within a split second of me admitting them on here, they're now on this list instantly. So if I was, having one scanner, like the kiosk mode over here, and people are self-admitting themselves, and I'm over here on my laptop, I can see them getting scanned in, and I could say, hey, Colleen, welcome to our event. The tour guide will be here in about 5 minutes. Please stand by. So this is nice because you can be socially distant. You can be in a different side of the room, behind glass or something like that, and you can see them real time as they're getting scanned in. And if you have any concerns about how it's working, you can always go to the task history page inside of Zapier, and you can always watch it here as well too. Not that this really matters too much, but it's a way to track what's going on. If you wanted to track it inside of Zapier and kind of nerd out with some data, this is where you can do it. But at the end of the day, this is pretty groovy because if you want to do something like print out a name badge or send a text message or do anything you could ever want to do in the world of Zapier, you can now do it directly. Pretty much the major trigger point is just scanning people off of the iPad, swiping them in or scanning their ticket. It'll work fine. And you can also use an iPhone or any Android device because Android and iOS were supporting that webhook feature. So there it is on the settings screen. All right, well, thanks for watching this video today.